Good morning.
Hello, happy Money Monday.
Happy Money Making Mondays. More conversations about how life insurance and lifetime income can strengthen and build the legacy that you desire. I love it.
That's right, guys. We are back for another Money Making Mondays. My name is Mercedes Coates. I am the CEO and president of Coates Financial, a financial services firm. We simplify the way you create a strong financial foundation by choosing the right tools. We teach you, we structure, and we show you how to maintain and grow your wealth and transfer it. Okay, that's the key, not to just grow it, but to transfer it. I'm here with my lovely co-host and business partner, Miss Quintaria, and I'll leave it up to her to introduce herself.
Thank you so much, Mercedes. Yes, my name is Quintaria Brunson. I am a financial strategist for entrepreneurs who is passionate about building legacy for myself and teaching and empowering others on how to design scalable systems within our businesses that will kind of pour into our personal lives so that we have scalable finances and resources so that we have the legacy that we desire. I absolutely love our Money Making Mondays conversation because we have been so consistent. You know, we're seeing so many positive results in the community, and it just kind of gives me new tools and holds me accountable so that I can continue to build and just be who I say that I want to be and become who I aspire to be as well. So I love Money Making Mondays, honey.
I
Yes,
agree.
I love it.
It's all about starting your week off right too.
It is.
Sometimes,
It is.
just hearing from a familiar face or, seeing somebody who's actually out there doing it, who relates to you, who looks like you. Guys, listen, we're here every Monday. We're broadcasting live throughout all of America, right? We're representing all 50 states,
Yes,
plus
honey.
the extra
And
two,
the
right?
territories, honey. Won't discriminate.
Yeah. So, being able to help people, right here online is one of the most amazing opportunities where, we can reach more people. But we have seen so many success stories and just kind of sharing what we do in our everyday lives and what we've learned with working with different business owners, working with different individuals. We hope that you are able to take away something from every call, every topic we discuss. Have some fun with us because we like to keep it all the way real, right?
We do. We do. We have
And give
no other
yourself some
choice.
grace. Give yourself some
Yes.
grace as you're learning. You start with where you are and you work your way up. That's it.
Yeah. Because Mercedes and I are constantly learning ourselves. We've just committed to sharing what we learn as we are becoming the best versions of ourselves as well too. But like I often do, is start us off with a quote. So today we're going to dig in friendship farming, like the power of our network. And I pulled a quote, and it says, if everyone is moving forward, then success can take care of itself. And that's by Henry Ford. I love like partnerships and networking and supporting friends and family with their endeavors and what they have going on, because I truly believe that our network and the people that are around us, it's like a body. Like my eyes don't do what my heart does. My heart doesn't do what my kidneys do. My kidneys don't do what my foot does, but I want them all working well. So I love it when I see family members that do things that is not my cup of tea, but I will support them and cheer them on and do business with them. So, and I am no stranger to sharing and speaking very boldly on the fact that in my community, in our community, we don't capitalize on partnerships and working together and just the collective camaraderie of as some other communities may. So I'm excited to get into this today.
Awesome. I wanted to bring this back to your memory. I don't know if you remember, but one of the things that I always told you when we first started working together, even before we were business partners, but we were just kind of connecting. One thing, guys, if you know Quintaria, he is
Oh yeah.
a power connector. Okay.
I remember the first time you called me that. I said, "What's that?"
A power connect. She didn't even know she was a power. She knew, but she didn't know there was a term for it, right? We
Yeah.
talked about that on one of our other Money Mondays. But being a power connector means that you have a resourceful community of people that you know who you can refer for specific products and
Hmm.
services. This lady can connect you with the best of the best in all different types of industries. I be like, how you know? Do you know somebody who? Yeah, girl,
I
I
do.
got such and such. She do or he does, and I'm like, listen, guys, having a power connector in your network can be very profitable. It can be very lucrative as far as scaling your business or your personal life, things like that. So today, talking about friendship farming is essentially connecting in our network. So we're going to talk
Yeah.
about that, and that's what connected us. And she's doing still an awesome job of it. And guys,
Thank
if
you.
you're in her network, you better say thank you because she has been sharing you. She has
Y'all
been
better thank
shouting about
me.
and I hope that you're shouting about her and those in my network the same, right?
Yeah.
Um, so let's get into it. What
Let's get
is
into
friendship
it.
farming, right?
Yeah.
So friendship farming to me is being able to kind of tap root your network. Meaning, if I'm gonna just use Quintaria for an example, I was looking for someone in the commercial real estate space or residential space, and I was able to work with Quintaria to find a person, actually end up being herself, which I didn't know she was in the commercial space, to help with some type of future endeavor. We have been talking about those things. But you tap rooting that network that you're in, friendship farming, she may know someone who she can connect me with in her space to help me reach my goals or whatever I'm trying to achieve. So you want to be able to not just connect with anybody, but when you're friendship farming, you want quality, right? You want to know that the person that you are connecting someone with is someone that you know and trust, right?
Mhm.
Someone that you have seen their products and services, someone that you could say, you know what, this person does good work, or this person can get the job done efficiently
Yeah.
and effectively, right? Because your name is important, right?
Yeah.
Your word is important because if I'm not referring you or putting my name on anything unless I know that I have seen your work,
Yeah.
unless I know that there are examples that you can share with me or show me that you have done a great job in this space. So,
Yeah.
friendship
Yeah.
farming to me again is being able to taproot the network of people that you already have done work with, or have seen their examples and can recommend them.
Yeah. And just to add on, add more value to what you said, it's
Mhm,
the know, like, and trust. When you know, like, and trust people, you
mhm,
do business, we do business, we share intimate connections with people we know, like, and trust. So it's really such a missed opportunity when it doesn't have to be. If I need something, I always think of those that I have been blessed to have an existing relationship with. Like I'm a firm believer in that. I say all the time, I think when God was creating me, some pom poms dropped in the batter because I am going to cheer people on. And it is so, some people think I'm like front faking, and I'm like, no, like I'm really excited for others. I'm excited about what other
yeah,
people do because I know my superpowers, and I'm excited to see other people, show and have their superpowers as well too. So friendship farming for me, really, it is definitely a part of what I do. And who better to work with than someone that you know directly, or someone that you know, like, and trust, someone that
Mhm.
they know directly. So I think that this is something that we could
Mhm.
definitely do more intentionally,
Yeah.
as opposed to, and don't get it twisted, there are times when you may have to, Google something or look up something but you still have, it's a level of resistance there, because it's like, oh, well, let me check the reviews. Well, let me drive by and see how it looks or whatever. But more
Yeah.
often than not, when somebody refers you to someone, if you really trust that person, you like, oh, okay, well, let me call, like it
Yeah.
lessens your resistance, which is why you need to be very thoughtful in connecting people with other people as well too, because like, your word is why they're connecting with the other people. So I do not take it lightly when people refer people to me.
Yeah.
I don't take it lightly when I refer others out as well.
I agree. And you know what? One thing we talked about is community building, right? We talked about kind of like the difference between affluent communities and
Oh
non-affluent
yeah.
communities. When we actually taproot our actual friends or associates in our own networks, what'll happen is we'll end up cycling those funds in our community,
Yes.
right? We will end up lifting each other up ultimately, which is the goal, to be able to create a network of people that you can, rely on, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Why go out and work with somebody that you have no idea who they are? No one knows who they are, right? Yes, I agree with giving people chances, but it's nothing like somebody saying, I get a lot of calls all the time. Oh, Mercedes, she know her stuff in insurance.
Yeah.
If,
And
if
she
you if you
does.
need it,
That she does.
you need to talk to Mercedes. She was able to get me such and such. Or I was able to get this done, and she structured this plan for my family. And there's a different level of respect and trust there when you can keep it within your friendship circle, within your network. So
Yeah.
I encourage you guys to continue to use the network that you're in, so that we can build up stronger financial communities, and also stronger communities that can actually grow and affect change in that community.
Exactly. Listen, this is what it is. We have very real conversations on
Yeah.
here, but you spoke to, but I want to make sure we highlight the fact that communities that are winning, and you can see it visually with their wealth, or the general wealth of a certain population, it's
Yeah.
because they cycle their money and their resources within the community.
Yeah.
We have got to do better with that, and I get it. It's a lot of reasons why, and all of that, but I have made a personal commitment to be
Mhm.
more intentional about that. And thank you, Mercedes, and to all of the other people that, kind of give me a kudos or a pat on the back for seeing that as a power connector. Some people call me the mayor. They're like, you the mayor, girl. You know everybody, and but because
Yeah.
it is important, and this is money making Mondays. That
Hmm.
is how you generate wealth, is
Yep.
by connecting, like the power of your network, your net worth. What's the saying? Like, show me the 5 people that you're around, and I can show you what your net worth is, or what it will be. So there's just so much in that. It's so much that, again, like I said, everybody has their own superpower.
Yeah.
My superpower is strategy, business development, like that's my space. Do I know other people that do amazing things? Heck yeah. And I have not been a hater, and I'm not going to start today. I will refer
Hmm.
you off real quick. Even, Mercedes, even when it's things that I actually can do, but it isn't
Hmm.
the tippity top of what I do. I find myself referring a lot of real estate business off to individuals that's
Hmm.
more so like, I know that this person, that is what they do, and all day. Can I do it? Do I have the ability to do certain things? But I'm not like, I want us all to win.
Yeah.
And true wealth the true, if you and I, figure this thing out and we become billionaires in the next 2 or 3 years, that's cool. But if we figure this thing out and we empower and we use the resources of our network and our community so that multiple people and families and generation, the wealth increases for us all, that to me is what it's really all about. So
Yes.
I just didn't want to miss the point of it goes beyond just like a favor, like I need you to come and shine your light so that I can shine my light and Mercedes can shine her light and we all win together. And in our tribe, we need to hear that more. And I say this out of love, and we need to win together, to be excited when other people win, and know that it isn't against you. When Mercedes wins and has something new going on and gets a new opportunity, that's a win for me, even if directly. Like I'm not cutting a check off of it, but if I'm connected to people that's elevating,
that's it.
So I want to make sure that we really speak to the wealth that is lost because we don't circle our dollars, circle our resources amongst our community in a strategic way.
Yeah, I agree. And I what I would like to see is people, and I'm going to encourage you guys to take this challenge, maybe look at 5 people, just maybe write down 5 people in your network and write down exactly what they do. What do they specialize in, right? And every week I want you to add 5 more people to that. And we're going to do that for about, let's say 4 weeks. Let's do that for a month, right?
Okay.
Let's write down 5 people a week. Specifically put down what do they specialize in, okay? This can be a business or a sole proprietor, whatever the case is. What is their specialty? And every week we're going to add 5 more names. By the end of the 4 weeks, we should have 20 names, right? And then what I want you guys to do, oh, this is going to be fun.
Honey, I'm loving it. I'm taking notes. I know y'all hear paper scrambling. I'm like,
I heard the keyboard going to right.
I know,
right? So we're gonna have 20 names, and then what I would like to do is connect with you guys. I want you guys to email and say, hey, I've got my 20 names in my network, and let's come together. We're gonna do like a collaboration event. And we're going to share those names with each other. We're going to be intentional about this. And we'll probably, what we'll do is we'll probably end up posting the link, and then we'll get on like a Zoom, and we'll make it like some type of workshop. I think this will be fun. But it will
on it workshop or something.
And it will, and we can start this. So we can start it. Well, we can start it March 1st. March 1st will probably be pretty cool. And then we'll run it, and then we'll all come together in April. That'll give people time, right? But it will encourage camaraderie, right? It'll encourage being able to build up self-esteem too. Sometimes, listen, entrepreneurship is not easy, y'all. It's really not. And sometimes it does take your friends, your family, or some associate or someone to see value in what you do to kind of build up your courage, build up your focus. Sometimes you might feel like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like doing it, but you see somebody's excited about it. Stop tearing people down. If you see that somebody's doing well, promote them, right? I shouldn't have to come on and say, Quintaria, can you share my thing? I don't have to do that because Quintaria is like, she automatically shared it. If it resonates with her, she see it, she's going to share it. We need to start to do that in our communities. My cousin used to do my hair a lot before I got locks. I would share her stuff because I know she's a single mother of twins. Okay. And I know it's tough, but her work is pristine work. I would share it. If she's doing it, I'm sharing it because I want y'all to know you need that lace front. Go get it done with her. You need that ponytail. You want it to be right. You need that soft glam look. She going to hook you up. You need that edge control. She made that. She got it, So we got to get in the what's the word, the habit of building each other up by tap rooting our networks and start to share and collaborate more.
I love the challenge. I love the action items that you have given us to start with 5 and add 5. And like, because I'm a firm believer that we can get all of the knowledge in the world. We have access to so much knowledge and information, but if we're not intentionally implementing it into our lives, like, what's the point? I'm excited because for those of you all who follow us and who are in our network and in our community, I want to know what you all have going on. I want to know how to support you, be it from getting my nails done to, therapy to, consumer products, you name it. If there are people in the community that we already have some type of connection and we can connect on a greater level, I want to work with you.
For
But
sure.
I can only work with what I'm aware of, So I feel like this is a great way for us to be about it. Like, not
Yep.
just don't just talk about it, but to actually be about it. So come March 1st, Mercedes done called us to the carpet.
That's it. Let's get
Yeah,
it.
I'll make
Let's
sure we
get it up.
draft something up so that we can post and share. But yeah, every
This is
week.
going to be exciting, guys.
Yeah.
It's all about, we talked about it at the beginning of 2024, being very intentional, right? Not just talking about it, but actually doing it and getting it done. So this is one of those things where now you guys have been listening, you've been learning. Now let's put it into play. Let's get off the sideline. They say get off the bench. I've been playing basketball all my life. Get off the bench and become a starter. Right.
Yeah.
We gotta start. You gotta get in the game, right? So let's start doing that. I'm excited about finding me a Black, brown, Hebrew owned nail salon because quite
Honey.
frankly, I prefer to do that over any other one. That's just my preference. So I haven't found one in my local area. So I'm hoping somebody put one in the DMV where I can
I
actually
love
find
nails.
somebody.
So when you find a Mercedes,
Hey,
let me
listen.
know.
I want
In
to
the
support my
meantime, I'm
own
gonna do what I
without
gotta do.
walking into, something. I listen. Those of you who know me know my
Yeah,
nationality, and I'm big on staying very focused on keeping everything pure and clean.
yeah,
So I want to make sure that if I walk into a shop, that it is kosher for me to
yeah,
walk into. So hey, if you heard me, send it.
yeah.
I want to know because
I
I would
believe with
like to
this
get these
challenge, you
nails
gonna
done.
find just that. You gonna find just that. Like, yes. And
Yes.
share, honey, when you find that nail tech. Like, please, please
I
share.
absolutely will.
Yeah.
So why connect, guys? Because it can help you big time. I mean, we're connecting with local organizations now. And I'll throw a little plug out there. If you are an organization and you are a community influencer, we want to talk to you
Or
because
you
we are
wanna be.
working
If
or
you
want to
wanna
be.
be. Yeah.
Yes, we are working with a lot of individuals to kind of scale our goals of bringing prosperity back into our communities.
Yes.
Education, through understanding how to win the money game, spiritual healing. All of those things are so important to move our people forward. So we want you guys to connect these individuals with us so that we can see how we can help them and how you guys can provide help as well and create value for our community. So I'm excited about what's to come. We're doing some great things coming up, even
Yeah.
like getting grants and acquiring things like that, guys. You never know what people know. I
Yeah.
mean, we are in position to secure so many things. So I'm super excited about that. But again, that comes from tap rooting, connecting,
Mhm.
friendship farming, collaborations. We keep saying it. And just looking at those habits too. I will address a myth. A lot of people say they don't want to or they don't they hate working with Black businesses. I hear it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just, address the elephant in the room. People say
Address
it.
it, honey. Call it out.
People say it, but you also have to look at habits, right? You have to look at, is this person, do they have integrity? That's the first thing. Do they have integrity? Do they have an idea that actually answers a problem? Does is a solution to a problem?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have the right mindset, or are they in position to obtain the right mindset to do business? Are they open minded, to learning? Because if you're closed minded, how can you scale? You can't scale at anything if you're not willing to listen and learn. Are they coachable? Right?
Mm-hmm. A business
Um,
can only grow to the extent that you are. Your business can't grow
exactly.
beyond you.
Exactly. I'm always looking at that. So I watch habits, I watch examples, I watch production. I even watch people who are wanting to get to a place but not quite there yet, but need a hand, need some help.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're focused on those things, then you may be the right candidate to say, okay, you know what, let me help this person. Let me help them, or connect them with somebody who can help them. Are
Yeah.
they doing good business? Or is it shady business, right? You got to
Mm-hmm.
be careful. You do have to be careful who you work with, but this again comes with friendship farming, because you have what I like to call the triangle of trust. You have the person who has a need, you have the expert, and then you have the person who connects them both. The
Mm-hmm.
one who has the trust is with the person who has the need, and then that person who has the trust brings in the expert to fulfill that need. So we
Mm-hmm.
call that the triangle of trust: the person who has the need, the person who they trust, and the expert that's going to connect them all together.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so that
beautiful.
triangle of trust makes it so much simpler when you taproot your friends, your networks, people that you already know, their work. Then it makes it an easier process to collaborate and to work with them.
And Mercedes, going back to just negative myths that are in our community, I cringe when I hear people say, yeah, because strangers will support you, but friends and family won't. Who better to win than with your friends and family?
Mm-hmm.
And for those who have followed me or have heard about my journey, I got to a point that I was doing financial strategy on a very high level. I was,
Mm-hmm.
being brought across the country to speak at universities and on very highly publicized platforms, as a contributor on TV stations and radio stations. And I had to pause for a moment and say, hold on, let me make sure my mama and them winning. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, how dare I take all of this good knowledge and all of that, and not that it's a bad thing. I thank
Mm-hmm.
God for the opportunities that I've had, to speak on Fox News and Fox News Radio, to be on Bounce TV and different places like that. iHeart Radio. I could go on and on, but
Mm-hmm.
that is definitely a blessing. But what sense did it make, at least for me to be elevating and dropping knowledge and get, and people, complimenting me on, like, oh my gosh, this is so life changing, and I ain't making sure the people that raised me good, or the people that we share, a more similar DNA, it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. But
Yeah.
I had to deal with my own issues and say, even within my family, real talk, it's people in my family who still make our monthly family meeting that complain every time before. They ain't gonna do no different. They just gonna, and I still have to elevate myself and say, well, I'm scheduling the call. Well,
Yeah.
we're going
Yep.
to meet anyway. And now I'm empowering other people to do the same type of things for their family. So let's
Mm-hmm.
address, thank you, Mercedes, for tackling a myth that was out there, because it just reminded me of a myth that I hear too. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
you make it true when you say family ain't gonna support you. You can't
Yeah.
work with family. I look forward to working and winning with my family. Hell,
Mm-hmm.
who am I building this legacy for if it ain't
That's
for them?
it.
Like, so even if
That's
I
it.
couldn't work with them, I need to figure out ways that I can. We
Yep.
want to win with our family. We want to win with friends that we love like family. We
Mm-hmm.
want to win with our extended community. we here in this platform. And if you're following us and you're watching us, I'm sure you want to win with your friends, your family, and your extended community as well too.
Yeah.
So let's thank you for leading the charge on
Hey,
addressing the
no
myths
problem. Thank
so
you for
that
sharing.
we can have the legacies that we desire. And a
Yeah.
legacy is not a selfish thing. A legacy is a broad and abundant
Mm-hmm.
opportunity. So yeah.
I agree. Yeah, and sometimes, also you just have to step back from it. Sometimes you have to let your team address it, because sometimes, as you know, the Bible says a prophet's not heard in his own land,
Mm-hmm.
right? As much as we want to help our family, sometimes I have to say, you know what? Let me step back. Let me send such and such over here to talk to my family.
Well,
With
Mercedes, you had
my
to do that for me.
right, right.
I've brought experts into my
Mm-hmm,
monthly family financial meetings, and Mercedes, you were one of those experts I brought in. Not
mm-hmm.
that I didn't possess the knowledge or
Yep.
I'm very capable of,
Mm-hmm.
of it, but it was received more. And what you're saying too speaks to our own
Yes.
blockages and all of that. If I had let my pride
Yeah.
or, if I let it trigger me, I would have been like, you know what? The heck with it. They don't,
Mm-hmm.
like that auntie was right or that cousin was right. They never gonna listen. I said, you
Mhm.
know what? However, they got to get this knowledge.
Yep. Yep.
Whomever has to bring it, as long as they are knowledgeable or
Yep.
whatever. And it was another community member. So I brought
Yep.
several,
Mhm.
as the power connector
Sometimes you
I
gotta
am,
leverage. Yep.
I
You
brought
gotta leverage.
several people into the space with that to speak to my family, to share with my family additional resources so that
Mhm.
it isn't just about me. And I thank you for bringing that to remind our community that
Yeah.
however we have to get there, you
Yeah.
gotta get up before you can crawl. You got to
Mhm.
crawl before you can walk. You got to walk before you can run. And then
Mhm.
running long enough, you may be able to fly. But I am determined to get there with my family,
That's it. That's
however
it.
raggedy we may be,
Listen,
like,
that's
but we're
that's
going to get
it.
there one way or another.
And again, it just comes from leading with love, guys. Make sure you take care of you and yours first. And sometimes it just takes a little while for them to come around sometimes, but they need to know that, hey, you are here when they're ready, or your team is here when you're ready.
Mhm.
But you don't want to be that one that say, oh my goodness, I didn't tell her about this, or I didn't tell him about this. Just be sure that you at least tell them, and then
Yeah,
let them make a decision from there, you
yeah.
know
And
but we
and
can get
they're
it done.
watching. Yeah,
Hmm.
they're watching. Friends and
Yep.
family are watching. Those who are not foes are watching as well too. So
Your
we
enemies watching, your competitors watching, everybody watching. Hello.
yeah,
Sometimes your enemies become your friends later down the line, because they realize, you know what? It's better to collaborate than to compete, right?
yeah,
Against them, because sometimes y'all work better together. But
yeah,
everybody's always watching, and sometimes it just takes a little time for people to come around. But
yeah.
leave with good intentions in your heart. Love thy neighbor as thyself. I always follow that motto in everything that I do. So if you working with me, I'm always leading with love first, always working in integrity, because I'm big on that.
Mhm.
Um, and just building strong habits and being coachable and open-minded to learning new things.
Yeah, yeah.
That is going to be the key.
That's the beauty. Well,
Okay.
like we always say, you get
Yep.
in wherever you are. This
Mhm.
episode about friendship farming and networking
Mhm.
and how wealth can generate when we are intentional about connecting and keeping things in the
Mhm.
community. I love it. I love
Yes.
it. I love it. I love it. Out to the people.
Power to-
Power to the
it's
people.
Black History Month.
Thank you. Right. Well, like I love it and I appreciate this. I appreciate you, Mercedes.
Appreciate you.
We've got to close this out, but she is definitely a woman of integrity, a woman who knows her stuff
Mhm.
about financial services and what she does. Be sure to connect with us.
Yeah.
Even if you just like and subscribe and follow us, or if you like book a session with us, we are here to talk and just to again figure out how we can work together. How can we work together? How can I shine my light, which brightens your light, and vice versa? That's really all we want and all we're here for.
Yeah.
This was a good money making Monday.
Yes, it was. Stay tuned for our connector. We're gonna make that connectors challenge, right?
Yep.
So that 5 names a week for 4 weeks, and then we come together. We're gonna bring our resources together. Let's see what we can do with it.
How now? Yes.
Okay.
I wish I had like a Rocky Balboa theme song or something because I'm hyped. I'm ready. Well, you have a great rest of the day, Mercedes. Thank you as always. And tribe, you all go and be great. And Mercedes and I will do the same.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.